Hello, my name is Emily Malone, and today I'm here with Diane, our President and CEO, and Chelsie Griefenberg, our CFO of Explorer One LLC. Today we're going to be talking about how investors can invest in the Explorer One project. How are you guys doing this morning?
Doing well, thank you. Very well. Excited to be here.
Great, glad to hear that. So we are talking about Explorer One, all that it entails, and how investors can really take a part in this journey. Now, if you would like to speak to that, how are you, what are you thinking of when you think of investors for Explorer One?
Well, primarily, besides having the finances that we need, the money to fund us, we're really looking for someone who believes in the things that we believe in at Explorer One. You've probably heard our 4 goods before. We make our decisions based on what's good for humanity, good for the environment, good for our employees, and good for business. And it's in that order. And so if you're going to invest in Explorer One, you need to understand that we are going to make our decisions based on those 4 goods. So if you're only in it for profit, that's not who we're looking for. We're looking for people who really want to make a difference in the world, and over time, Explorer will make a huge difference in the world.
Definitely. So thank you for that explanation here. Speaking of more than just for profit, we do want to be very well-rounded in the 4 goods, and as we want our investors to do the same. But there is an investment part of this. And Chelsie, if you wouldn't mind maybe further expanding on the actual investing side.
Yes, so what we're looking for is we're looking for 3 to 4 angel investors that are willing to come in and help fund the capital that we need for this project. Currently, we're looking for about $10 million to get the capital that we need built. We have the prototype that's working, and we have the leases and the land leases, and then the building leases that we need in order to get the construction up and going, but we need the capital to get the barges built.
No, that's great. Thank you for explaining that here, because I know there has been a lot of interest in Explorer One, and so everything that it takes, we need to make that clear. But even more than that, we need to make sure that our investors have the right mentality behind it. If there was one key thing that investors could look forward to in making this investment, what would you say is one key point for you looking forward to how Explorer One is going to expand?
So when you come in and invest, because this is a capital intense investment, it is going to take a few years before you're going to get a return on investment. And we need our investors to understand that they are coming into a high risk environment that is capital intense. So we will be able to have a very steady return on your investment, but it will take a couple of years to get going.
We envision that after the first 5 seasons in the water, in the Bering Sea, that we will be paying back at a rate of about 2 to 1 on what they've invested. We also intend then to organize with them the percentage that they would appreciate having in the long run. So someone could invest in us and get their return on investment and leave the company, not work with us in the future, or they could be a part of the growing company as we move forward and do more humanitarian projects and projects for the environment, and still be getting profit from the mining.
So when we say 5 years, the first year is our development year, and so that's when we're building and developing the first vessel that will be in the water extracting. The second year will be the first year that we're in the water for the entire season. So our plan is, in that first year, we get the vessel built, and then we test it at the end of the gold mining season. And then the second year would be our first full year in the water. And so that first year is really critical, that once we start, that we get in the water by the end of that first season, which if the timing of the money comes in appropriately, then we can do that. And then we've proven out that the system works in the water. That'll give us a full 6 months in year 2 to be in the water extracting. At that point, we should be at our break-even point if we can get in the water for about a season and a half. After that, years 3 through 5 is really we're using the money that we're extracting from the gold to build additional vessels. By the end of the 5th year, we should have 4 vessels in the water extracting, which will give us the capital to start building the first barge, which is a double trommel unit. And then over the next 5 years after that, we will be building barges. But at the end of the 5th year, we'll have enough capital to start really reinvesting in our investors, and you're really going to see your return on investment kick in full force at the end of year 5.
After having been in the business world and public and private sector for 30 years, I've really learned that everything is a team effort. And so it's going to be really important that any investor wants to be a part of a team, not be ego driven or I, because they won't fit in with this group. Mm-hmm. All of us see ourselves as equals. We all work together, we all speak up. Everybody has a say, and then we come to decisions. So anyone that wants to be a part of that, closely a part of that, they're going to have to understand how we work.
We are very excited to hear from you.
That's fantastic. Diane, do you have anything to add to that?
I'd be more than happy to answer more questions, to answer more detailed questions. We have quite a bit of material put together that we can walk through and show someone exactly how big this project is.
Right.
And we do have numbers on paper that can get people very excited when they see what the level of opportunity financially will be. Not the first year or the second year, but after about 5 years. So if you've got money and you can sit on it for about 5 years, you'd be looking at a terrific investment.
Now, thank you so much for your time in watching this video. If you're interested in investing, we do have resources and more information that you can get a hold of, and you can contact us via the links below. We also have videos that further explain the Explorer experience and the prototype that we have. So we appreciate your time, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.